Jack Reeve, TalkNorwichCity, outside Stamford Bridge. You know this man, it's Louis. Went viral. How do you think the game went today, mate? Chelsea fan, of course.
Well, I thought we dominated the game. If I'm honest, we should have scored a few more goals in the first half, but it just shows, we haven't got a clinical striker at the minute. Costa on form. Don't get me wrong, absolutely amazing striker. But this season, or not just this season, since January, he's not been banging in the goals. I mean, if you include today, he scored 7 goals in 29 games.
Right.
So that's not great.
I mean, he had a few massive chances in the first half, didn't he? It was down the other end, so I couldn't really see it, but. He did literally miss from 2 yards out, didn't he?
Yeah, well, I'm rubbish, and I could have scored those. They were sitters. They were. If you put them on a silver plate and you passed them to him, he would have still missed them. They were golden opportunities, and we should have been 2-0, maybe 3-0 up. No offence to you guys,
No.
But it was a good game. I was quite surprised at how you lot approached the game.
Yeah.
I mean, I was watching what you did on our channel a couple of days ago. With Wes Houlihan and all those sort of guys. And I was surprised he didn't start because you did lack a bit of creativity.
I think we were scared to commit too many men forward because even in that first half, you guys were carving out chances. Like Hazard is literally impossible to mark. He was floating in and out. I thought Hazard played really well today.
I agree. I think after the Stoke game, I thought we were unlucky to lose that.
Yeah.
So I thought, maybe this is us starting to build a bit of momentum, and then this carried over to today. We won 1-0. We got 3 points to the board. It's a case of can we keep that consistency? If we can't keep that consistency, this is just 3 points. Yeah. In a crap season, which we need to write off and start again next season. Whereas if we get consistency, you never know what could happen. I'm not saying we're going to win the league. Yeah. I'm not that deluded. But Europa League, maybe even 4th place. It's difficult. It's difficult to say. But it's all about that consistency.
Did you ever see Norwich scoring out there today? Were you ever scared at any point?
Yeah. Towards the end, when you were getting, it was quite close. It was in extra time. I mean, this season I've never been comfortable when we've been 1-0 because it's always been we've gone 1-0 up and then we automatically conceded and then the game's gone the other way. So I was not comfortable at all during that game. I was always scared you were going to score. There was no case of it's 1-0, it's fine. I can get back and relax now, get a cup of tea, have a little chat. It's like it was. I was always worried about what was going to happen in that game. I thought, when your striker, I liked a lot. He was,
Makani,
that's his name.
The Congolese monster.
There you go, Congolese monster. He was giving John Terry and Zuma a bit of a rough time, but and I was surprised you brought him off. If anything, I would have put Jerome on with him.
Yeah.
But I did think maybe your substitutions were a bit mental. All 3 on at the same time.
We got desperate.
Yeah.
I think we got desperate. If you were Alex Neil, what would you have done? Would you have thrown a few more attacking players on there? Because it seems like that's the sort of common Chelsea thought at the moment.
Yeah. I would have thrown a few more attacking players on there. I just wouldn't have put all 3 on.
Yeah.
I would have, maybe done 2 or 1 and staggered it a bit to see how it goes.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's desperation, and then there was that, which was why is he using all 3 subs? I mean, you rarely see that. And it is, you're trying to throw the book at us. Sort of going, right, we've got to go. I think, it. You're a good side, but I think a lot of the time you waver. You're sort of in between Championship, Premier League, Championship, Premier League, and I think you have the capability to be a Premier League team. It's just a case of how do you do it? Yeah. If you know what I mean. It's sort of. I think Alex Neil's a great manager. I mean, what he did at Hamilton, I believe, and then he just brings them up, does them really really well with them, and now he's coming to you guys. He's the youngest manager in the Premier League, so he's always going to find it difficult, and he's always going to have that. People maybe have a lack of belief in him. I mean, if you stick by him and let him develop himself and develop the team, I think you guys could, be a really, really solid team, and just maintain that Premiership status. I do think in January you need to bring in some players. Definitely your defence.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
You do look a bit shaky. I thought Basong was a bit of a pain today. For example, when Willian was taken to Ryan, he should not have got booked for that, if you ask me.
Did Willian get booked?
Willian got booked for that.
He chucked it in his face.
Exactly, but if Basong's doing that and he's going, I'm just going to take a throw in, it's in his face.
Nose, mate.
Yeah, he could have gone down, coma, it would be horrible. Poor guy, but I think at the back you guys do need to sort yourself out. I think maybe it's that right back slot you did look a bit weak.
Yeah.
Olsen, like you were saying, likes to bomb forward, doesn't really cover that back. And then Redmond was really, really quiet today. Yeah. He was. I expected a bit more from him, if I'm honest. And Kennedy didn't really have to deal with him that much. And Kennedy's not even left back; he's left winger, and he was playing in that position. And he's just dealt with him quite well. But onwards and upwards, 3 points on the board. See what happens.
Top man, mate.
No problem, mate.
Sorry.